Bible Stories 17. God renews his promise to Abram, and being fully persuaded that what he had promised he was able also to perform. See Romans chapter 4 verse 21. To everyone in Canaan, Abram was a hero. After all, hadn't he fought a brave battle and saved many prisoners? And he hadn't even kept any of the spoils from the battle. But Abram felt differently. He didn't feel like a hero. Instead, he kept on remembering all the killing that happened during the battle, and his heart felt heavy. Abram wanted to be known as a man of peace, not as a warrior. God loved Abram and understood how he thought and felt. He knew that Abram had done the best he knew at the time, and he had protected him in the battle because the enemies were so wicked that they could not be protected by God anymore. He had allowed this whole situation to work for the good of Abram. He was glad that Abram was realizing that killing others, no matter how bad they are, is not God's way of doing things. Because Abram had killed people to save his nephew, he was now afraid that someone would come and try to kill him for revenge. Knowing this, God appeared to him one night and spoke to him, "Don't be afraid, Abram. I am your protection and your reward." Abram said, "Lord, what reward are you going to give me? Why should I own anything if I don't have a son? Should my servant Eliezer be like a son to me and receive everything I own?" God replied, "No, Abram, you will have your very own son. Look up at the sky. Do you see all the stars? That's how many children or descendants you will have." Abram tried to count the stars, but he couldn't. There were so many. Would he really have such a big family? "And, Abram, can you count the grains of sand?" asked God. "That's how many descendants you will have." Abram knew he couldn't even count the grains in a small handful of sand. Would he really have that many children? He didn't even have one child right then. He had to choose whether to believe God. Abram decided right then to believe that what God was saying would come true. He knew that God was able to do anything. And Abram believed God, and it was counted unto him for righteousness. Believing God's words was enough for Abram to be a righteous man. It is the same with us. If we believe God, he will be able to do what he promises to us, and he will make us righteous. Do you believe God's words? Amen.